Okay, I'm gonna start with, what's your favorite episode of Star Trek?
The Inner Light.
Tell me about it.
That's the one where they beam this floating random object onto, well, I don't know if they beam it onto their ship, but either way, they come into contact with this floating random object in space, and it chooses Picard. And
So do you.
Huh?
So do you.
Yeah. Granddaddy.
Granddaddy.
So it chooses Picard, and it knocks him out to everybody else on the ship. That's what they see, is him knocked out for a few minutes. But what happens to him is he wakes up on this world and he lives a whole life that's not his own. And at first he's trying to convince people, like, I am not from here. And they're like, I don't know why you're acting so crazy. You're somebody we all know. You have a daughter, like, you have a whole life here. And he can't figure out how to get back to his ship. And they're like, why are you talking about this crazy thing? So he ends up living an entire life on this planet and raising his daughter. And
Do you think Rick and Morty ripped that off?
yeah,
Is that where that came
100%.
from? Okay,
yeah,
cool.
that's what that came
Yeah,
from.
Brew a game.
And he lives his whole life, and he learns to play a flute. And there's this song that goes with that episode that's and the planet dies at the end of his life, and he realizes that his daughter in this world is the scientist that created the object to send their memory out into space. So he wakes up a few minutes later, and the whole Enterprise does not understand what happened, but now he plays flute.
I feel like I've had an experience like that, but it wasn't an object, it was injectables. Non-camera friendly things. All right, are you ready?
Yeah.
What's your name? Where are you based out of? And what are you here to do this weekend?
My name is Ashton Hill. I live in Princeton, West Virginia right now. I'm East Coast based, pretty much solely.
A little transient, though.
Yeah,
You have
I've been
lived a lot of
transient,
places. Yeah.
Been transient mostly the whole time. I am exhausted. So what was the other question?
What are you here to do this weekend? What did you just
What
do
did I
a whole
just
bunch
do?
of?
Well, 6 months ago I started planning Mountain Music Festival for the, I think, 9th year in a row.
Sounds right.
And putting hours in talking to artists and getting them organized and providing them what they need and all the communication planning, all that stuff. And then that accumulated into last week of packing all of the stuff, which accumulated into Mountain Music this weekend, which I think was probably the best one ever.
I'd agree. I would say for the actual weekend itself, your role was maybe just like fireman.
Yeah, cat herder.
Yeah.
Yeah, cat herder.
Butterfly catcher.
And butterfly catcher. And kid with their Barbies saying, now kith. That's exactly what
Connection
I was doing.
point.
Yeah. Bringing people together that I love seeing together. That was what I was doing this weekend.
Yes. And maybe like once in a while, picking up a paintbrush if you could.
I didn't at all. I think I did last night for like 5 minutes. So it's
But you
okay.
did. Yeah.
The gallery was my paintbrush this weekend.
Bang. What was your first festival experience and how did you get into this world?
I'm gonna need a second because when you asked him that question, I started thinking, I'm like, what was my first festival experience? I think
It was 84 years ago.
95 years ago, I met Annie Bennett at my first festival. I don't know if it was really my first festival, but oh, actually, hold on. I do know my first festival. You ready for this one? Mm-hmm.
Born ready.
At 13 or 14 years old, me and my youth group at church went to Creation Fest, an 80,000 person Christian festival. And lots of worship music, lots of stuff like that. But also, they had this random hardcore stage. and it was Norma Jean and Under Oath, and I was like, you know, I'm a badass. I'm going to that stage.
Yeah.
Sneaking
I'm
off
a
with
bad
my friends.
butt, 'cause
yeah, bad,
no cursing.
bad
Yeah.
butt. Yeah. Then, yeah, sneaking off to go to the other stages and taking my little friends with me and then getting in a lot of trouble. But yeah, that was technically my first festival.
All right, what was your first cool festival?
The first ones were weird and blurred together, but the first one that I really remember was, I think it was called Blueberry Jam, and it was at a blueberry farm, and Annie Bennett was there. And I was with somebody who I think was trying to, like, you know, show how cool he was. I know this person, I know that person. And he brought me to Annie and was like, I know this person. And Annie was like, you're mine now. Became my art mom, and showed me that I didn't have to, like, just follow this person around doing nothing. Like, I could be like Annie.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and you could be Ashton.
Yeah.
Instead of in association to anything else.
Yeah, I could make art and just be powerful in my own self and confident. Yeah. Annie.
Art grandma.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite piece of your own or something that you've been involved with that you're super proud of?
I mean, Mountain, forever. Very, very, very proud of that. Painting-wise, I usually become very proud of, well, very in love with each piece. And, you know, then I make the next piece that is from my soul, and then I'm in love with that one. So I think The Boy in the Boat was probably the biggest one last year. I think because it was simple, simple composition. It means a lot to me, but it seems like I've had a lot of interesting emotional reactions from it that I don't expect, you know? 'Cause it's not very complicated, but it seems to, like, hit people in a way that is big, so yeah.
I have a couple of answers for that question for you, too. The entire Light Bearer series, one of my favorite memories, too, was, even if it wasn't necessarily part of that series, was somebody calling out, whether it was on purpose or not. I think there was a little bit of subconscious and a little bit of conscious in the choice to do this, but the ship at sea that you used to paint a lot years ago, and the symbolism evolving into, like, the ship getting near shore, and then the people leaving the ship, and then trudging into the woods, and then finding this community, and that kind of naturally developed. And I don't know if that was on purpose.
I don't think it was.
I don't think it was, which
yeah.
makes it cooler.
Harrison put the pieces together, and I was like, oh, duh.
Yeah, it's like a big puzzle piece.
Oh, that tracks.
Also, the teacup person drinking out of the human head.
Cool.
That's one of my favorites.
Cool. I'm glad you like that one.
What do you wish more people knew about painting, art, live art, festivals, this whole thing?
I don't know, I guess it's kind of like a magnifying glass, in a way. Like, going to these things, like, speeds up whatever process you're in, because you're being sharpened and sifted and surrounded by people who are challenging your heart, challenging your mind, not like, you know, fight worthy, you know, but like, I don't know, it's a big reflection pool, and if you are open to it, then you can learn a lot about yourself quickly, or you can have a lot of outside understanding. It's a You gotta stop talking about me, because I now am distracted as shit.
Yes, we'll come back down later. It's intense. You get those like mirrors of people.
Yeah, and you know, I think it's good in a lot of ways, and also like it kind of toughens you up a lot, and it also makes you have to decide who you want to be and like who you want to hang out with and what direction you want to go, or if you don't want to go anywhere, get lost in it, you know. I don't know, it's an interesting place. And I know that a lot of people just think of festivals as like, oh, that's just a party, and it is, and we work at that party. And you know, it's not all of our lives, but the reason that I am there still as somebody who works at the party is because the people that I chose at that party are people that I will never ever want to let go of. Even if I get tired of the party, I still
want the people.
Yeah, and I think I've become a better person because of those people. So festivals aren't just a party, they are also a church.
Yes.
Or a community.
Festivals are church.
Yeah,
That's
maybe
awesome.
not all festivals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And maybe not all ways of doing it, but
Maybe not all
can
communities, but yeah.
I think that actually is a great lead into what does it mean for you to be able to go out and create it live? Why do you continue to drive hours and hours and do weeks of unpaid work and sweat and blood and tears and risk your expensive, delicate things? Why do you keep coming back?
I am getting older and I am getting exhausted, so that's a thing. But the relationships that I've built with the people around me in this world are unlike anything that I have had ever. And yeah, I grew up in a small community and I grew up in a church, and not, you know, a bad experience of that per se, but like the people that I'm around now feel more like actual family and truly accepting and truly loving and truly ready to grow with you and talk about the things and like work through those things. Like that's beautiful, instead of it being a judgmental space or a mean space. Like it's a space where people do get to challenge each other and you do get to be held. So anyway, it's not just the space. I'm not talking about festival. I'm talking about these people.
The space.
Yeah. The community that I have very luckily found myself in. I don't ever want to not know them. And I'm not going to ever do that.
Yeah.
So, even if I leave festivals someday or start doing something else, like I'm still going to either do a thing that maybe it's a festival with them, but either way, I'm still going to see them. I have to. That's my family. So we just happen to meet up at festivals.
Yeah, you just chose this spot.
Yeah, because, you know, it's a really nice spot and there's great music.
Do you have a little festival blooper that you're comfortable sharing?
This is the one I'm going to need like a poke or something with.
We're going to stew on that and come back. If you had to define it, what would be your definition of art?
Your creative outlet is the simple answer, but maybe your search for meaning and that connection to the God thing, right? So you being a creator, you being an imager, you being an imager of that creator, that is your praise, your worship, right? That is like if sorry, this is my Christian background here. So if you are made in the image of God and God is the creator, then being creative and being a creator and doing creative things, whatever that is, that is you living into your full best potential. That is you praising. That is you worshiping. That is beautiful. And when you're not doing that, that's fine. Nobody can do that all the time. But also that's how you center yourself. It's not like what other people tell you to make. It's you connecting with that thing. And I can't remember who said this, but I remember this, I guess it was an interview with someone who said that, I just got distracted again.
Interview with someone who said,
oh yeah,
creator.
Yeah, you open yourself up to the muse at all times, but that doesn't mean that you always are tapped in. But the more that you're open to it, and the more that you're practicing it, and the more that you're there ready for it, and you're still practicing, you're still drawing, every once in a while it chooses you and you get to be the hand.
You intercept the brain cell.
And how awesome is it when you get to be the hand of the muse? It's not you, it's not here, like that's your practice. But how cool is it when it aligns with you?
Yeah.
Because you're in it right
All
then.
just works.
Yeah.
I love that. I thought of the blooper. We can't share it.
Okay.
Because it was this weekend.
Oh, I have a blooper, but I probably don't want this shared either, but
Yeah.
I'm going to say it.
Yeah, go ahead. For the time capsule.
So there was this lady that I had met who had been going through, I guess, breast cancer or something. We had had these beautiful talks, and the more I had talked to her, we connected on Tintin, you know, the Adventures of Tintin.
Love Tintin.
And the next time I saw her, I was like, I got a Tintin tattoo. And it was daytime in spring, and I have shorts on. I'm like, I got a Tintin tattoo. Here it is. And she's like, wow, I love that. My son loves Tintin too. Blah, blah, blah. Later that night, I'm painting at my easel on Painter Row, surrounded in artists that I very much admire. And she comes up with her son, and she goes, I told my son about your tattoo. I want to show him your tattoo. And, and I have this like brain moment of, I'm not wearing any underwear, and I'm in pants now, and I'm on Painter Row under lights. And then I have the other side of my brain that's like, she's dying, and her son's here, and he wants to see the tattoo. So I bared my ass in front of everybody and went whoosh and showed her the tattoo, and then I looked at her son, and then I looked around and I realized there were so many people looking at my ass right now.
Probably under a nice like easel spotlight too. Yeah.
Yep, under the spotlight.
Yeah.
And
because how else would they see it? You know.
So many parts of my brain fighting against each other. I tried to keep my cool. I'm like, fine. No, I'm fine. Yeah, I'm confident. Pull my pants up. I've never forgotten that. And I wonder how many people were like, yeah, that artist Ashton Hill, I saw her ass once. She pulled her pants down on Painter Row.
Normally you got to pay for that. Ashton, thank you so much for sitting down and for your time. Final question, what are you grateful for today?
How many of my friends I saw cry.
Weep for me.
Weep for me. The happy cries. The many tears of I'm so glad that I got to see these people and paint with them. And it felt like the thing that I always wanted Mountain to be for me. And the whole reason that I ever did it of someday I'm going to make an environment where all of these people come back together, where my mom Annie is back, and my brother Zach is back, and my friend, all of these people that are through different generations could be together, and the people that I love be together. And you know what? This was the one where they all were there. And to see them cry and hold each other and love each other was juice.
You did that.
We did that. They did that because they showed up. Like, I can't do that.
I love you
They
so
showed
much.
I love you.
Thanks, Smash. Crushed.
Smashed.
It's 2 blocks.
No kiss. You said no kiss.
All right.